cat was on the table. Hang on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Oh, hey. Jeez, I wasn't expecting that many people that quick. I can't find my hat. It is definitely morning. Wife and kid are still asleep. I can't find my redneck toupee. Oh, hey Joshua. I wanted to address something. I don't know. I don't know where I would have put it. So you guys remember? I knew that people were gonna go in comments after I did the bearings versus washers thing. So I got a comment from a guy. He's been a follower for a while, and he was like, "See, it turned into ceramic bearings versus phosphor bronze washers." It's like, no, it didn't. It didn't. Because he said that, damn it, I forgot how many fucking scoops I put in there. He said that if I was to use nylon washers and steel bearings, I would get an exact opposite. Like the steel bearings I got news for you. Bearings are bearings, washers are washers. More surface contact is still more friction. 2, 3. There we go. Now I know how much I put in. So I actually disagree with that statement that he said that ceramic bearings are self-lubricating. That is not true. They're not self-lubricating. They are very, very fine surface finished. Yes, perhaps, but I only have 2 knives that run on ceramic bearings, and they gum up worse than the ones that run on steel bearings. So I don't believe your statement's true. And the only thing I know that is listed truly marked as self-lubricating is brass. And that's why they use it in fittings on oxygen tanks, because you can't use any actual lubrication. If you expose oil to oxygen oxidizing, it lowers the flash point to a point where if you have lubrication in a pure oxygen environment, it's just going to catch on fire. It lowers the flash point of anything flammable down to a point where it will burn off like that. So you don't use any lubrication on gas fittings, especially oxygen fittings, because you use brass, and brass is self-lubricating. But brass is also very soft, and so you don't want to make bearings out of brass. That's the only thing I've ever really heard. I know there's some others out there that are really like frictionless, but not like necessarily self-lubricating. They don't. Ceramic does not. The ceramic, as a matter of fact, like I said, my ceramic bearings gum up worse than steel bearings. I gotta put some fucking water in this coffee pot. Not going anywhere. So and I can tell you, I have a Rat 1. Matter of fact, it's right here. Hang on. I have the Rat 1 in D2 steel, and I noticed the same issues with this and the Action that I noticed with my Sebenza. It gets gunky. Now this doesn't get as bad, I don't think, because it's flat washers without holes. Chris Reeves, it was actually kind of a good idea. They put holes in their bearing, or in their washers, I mean, to allow you to get the lubricant in it. And it's that like pockets, but it also, it exposes that area where there's a hole, and it lets grit get down into the hole. And so this one does it too. I've had to take this one apart. I've had this one apart a couple times. And it runs on Teflon or nylon, I can't, Nylotron or whatever those washers are. So it has brass washers with a very, very thin nylon or Teflon I don't know which it is. I think they're nylon. Washer over top of it, but more surface area is more friction. I don't care what the material is. More friction, more bad. Less friction, more better. So let's see. I miss any room, car, bathroom? Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna go on a little walk. Try and see if I can't fucking find it. I don't think it's in the bedroom. I looked in the bedroom. We gotta be quiet. My wife and kid are still sleeping. Maybe it's in my office. I don't know why it would be. I don't know why I would have taken it up there. I like retin one. It's a good knife. Nope, not in the office. The fuck did I put my hat? Oh well. I have a video I'm gonna edit this morning. It's my daughter's skating competition from Saturday. I am probably, I'll just wear this for right now until I find it. I don't know where I put it. In fact, I knew I saw it. It was on the end of the table when I put some stuff on it. So she had her figure skating competition on Saturday. I did a bunch of stuff. Morning, Robert. I did a bunch of stuff yesterday. I am taking the day off today. Just gonna do this. I have a little puttering things to do. I've got to package up a knife that I finished for a customer. Need to put the coffee pot under the coffee that's currently brewing before it overflows out of the thing. Good job, John. Good deal. I started the coffee pot, didn't put the pot under it. It was probably about ready to, yeah, it was getting ready to overflow. Yeah, I mean, I've got stuff puttering stuff I've got to do. I do need to go to I have things I have to do today. There's gonna be a day this week. The wife and kid leave soon. My daughter wants to go to the county fair. So there's gonna be a day during the week. I think one of these days this week or this coming weekend, we may go to the county fair. And so, I mean, I don't have much time spent with my daughter before they leave for Japan. So I haven't taken many days off the last couple months. So taking today off, but that's because I need to go to the base and do some stuff. Yeah. With the old school ones, you didn't have that catch so that you could take a disappointing bitter cup of coffee out at the very beginning. You know, that's what that's for, right? That's for the guys that just can't wait for the coffee to be done and taste right. Those are for those guys, I gotta have coffee right now. There's some in there. I'm gonna pull it out, pour some, put it back in to brew. Well, I got news for you. It's like when you make moonshine. There's 3 different stages of the coffee. There's the top shot, there's the heart, and there's the bottom of the run. Just like moonshine. Moonshine, you take the top shot, you take the center, top shot you throw out. The center, the heart of the run, you keep, and then you run some of the tail where you've got more water, you distill out more water, and you get an even product. But most people just keep the heart of the run. So you top shot the tail, you throw those out, and you just keep the heart of the run. With coffee, it's exact opposite. You need all 3 of them together to make it work. The top shot's gonna be bitter. The heart is not gonna have it's still gonna be strong and not have the right flavor you want. It's gonna be a little bit sour. And the tail, the last little bit, is gonna even everything out because that's when you get the more mellow flavors of the coffee as it filters through because it's been under heat for longer. but just don't do it right. Well, coffee's awful. Yeah, it's because you took it right out of the middle of it. You didn't wait. You didn't wait. You used first cup. It was black like my soul. I didn't have a chance to mellow out. I love that sound. That's the sound of happiness. It's a happy sound. So I met a couple guys. But it's true though. I mean, if you take the coffee that first brews out, the longer you heat that coffee with hot water, the more it mellows and more things you get out of the backside of it. Yeah, I do. I do. That's how I know I can drink that shit, because it was that stuff on the Navy was like that color there and thick. It would come out like syrup. But you weren't drinking it for flavor. You were drinking it for survival. 16 people. 16 people, 4 thumbs up. I bet you guys are tired of hearing that, but it is important. That's why I keep doing it. I had a couple of big time YouTube channels, like well over millions of subscribers, tell me that. They're like, oh yeah, that's that like button. He's the one guy, Furious Pete, said that like button is the most important interaction. He said you try and follow all the other things that the algorithm does. He says it doesn't matter, but that like button, that interaction is the one that does it. So yeah, but some people are. It's going to become what the haters and trolls latch onto. So I picked this up Saturday at the knife rink, or the ice rink, from the 2 guys that are starting a company called Cerberus Knives. I'm gonna sharpen this for him. I was giving them just advice about like LLC and things that I did wrong starting that they should do before, because right now they both have full-time jobs, and so they have a source of income. Get your legal stuff all taken care of now when you can afford it. Which reminds me, I gotta pay my franchise tax board bill for the state of California. Oh, that's right. That's disappointing. So there was an extra coffee tub, and I put the last of one of the bags of Phil's, and I gotta tell David, don't send me any more coffee for a while. One of the bags of the good Phil's coffee I put in a container. Well, I forgot I used the last of that container, and my wife put what was left of the Kirkland's in the container that the good coffee was in, and I made a pot of coffee expecting it to be the good stuff, and it's not bad. The Kirkland's coffee is not bad. It's just sad. I was expecting this big pow when I took a drink of it. I was like, coffee. However, we already drank all that. I like the Yuban coffee every once in a while. That's what I put after it was empty. That's what I put the Phil's coffee in. And my wife, there was only a little bit left. Here's the thing: coffee's a lot like pizza, which is a lot like sex. Even when it's not that great, it's still pretty fucking good. Know what I mean? It's that one. And I can tell you why. There's stuff in there my wife always uses. Up here. And so that's the one that she forgets to close. And I'm always the one that gets yelled at for opening stuff, for leaving stuff open. So But this is a Spyderco. Yojimbo? In M4, CPM M4. So this is true. The Yojimbo 2, yeah, but it's in M4. I'm getting ready to sharpen that for one of the guys from Cerberus. I can't remember. God damn it, Darren? Yeah, I think that was it, Chris and Darren. And so I'm going to sharpen this for him. He already paid me. Sharpen it for him, and he's going to probably come down. They're probably both going to come down this Friday to meet Chris and Elliot because they wanted to just come down, bullshit, hang out. So, but yeah, like I said today, I wouldn't, because they are so, no joke, so thin at the point that not a real, because they're hollow ground. They, for self-defense weapon, I bet they're great. No, it's not an every Friday thing. So these are so thin behind the tip because that hollow grind and the way they just come down to that really acute point. I've seen a lot of, I've had to put tips on a lot of them after. They don't hold up to EDC use very well. They're like a lot like this. I wouldn't want to try and do a lot of heavy cutting with this. I'd be afraid that, you know, this gets real thin. So does my Matriarch 2. Those actually came with, that Matriarch 2 actually came with a label saying it was not an EDC knife. It was for self-defense purposes. And that if you carry it as an EDC knife, that the warranty was voided because where they break is always, they always break in a specific area too. Them and the, oh, where'd it go? These and the civilians have a weak point right here. And this tip is always what gets broke off. So there's a reason that you don't carry these in EDC. That's not what they're for. These are for self-defense, specifically a self-defense tool. So guys, I am still debating. I have not yet done the heavy, work test on this because like I said, it chipped. It did get a chip, just opening envelopes and stuff. And it feels to me after polishing, because that chip came out. It was a very fine chip. It came out when I stropped. But it feels as though it's getting a rough spot here, like it's trying to chip. And I haven't done much of anything with this. This is basically, I forced myself to put it in a case. I'm thinking about doing some, like I have some heavier duty wood, just doing some cutting and stuff like that and seeing what the edge does chip-wise on that. But then the flip side of it is I already know that it started chipping just opening envelopes. So I don't know. I don't know if it's a valuable use of my time. So that's kind of backburnered a little bit. And then anybody still, if anybody's interested in this Sam Morrish 250 is what I'm selling it for. Pretty plain. I got a lot of my knives are out of my case right now. So I think it's gonna be this today. But yeah, I'm gonna do this live feed. I'm just waiting out the morning traffic, and then I've got to go to the base, get a couple things, pick up I've got to go get our tickets for the county fair so my wife and kid and I can go. And then, like I said, we're gonna pick a day this week. What other knives I'm selling? Nothing right now. I have a SOG Pentagon 2, the great big one, that I'm selling for like one. I think I was trying to sell it for 120, 150, something like that. But that's Sam Morrish, that SOG Pentagon Elite 2, the big one. Those are the only ones I'm really selling. I got a Cold Steel fixed blade hunting knife I'm selling. But other than that, I have mystery boxes that are coming. I'm probably gonna get to those this week. So the mystery boxes are gonna be 40 bucks pop. There's at least, I had this, I had duplicates of the same model that were given to me for on the channel, and then I was told I should sell them. So I did the mystery boxes, and there's pretty much there's pretty much a guaranteed knife in all of them but one, but that one gets another higher end knife in it. So basically what it is there's 3 knives per box. There's 1 Schrade, 1 CRKT. So right there, I mean, there's nothing in there that's worth less than, I don't think there's anything in that case worth less than 30 bucks. And I'm only selling the boxes for 40. So you're gonna pretty much be guaranteed. And I mean, they were all new in box stuff like this. They're still marked. It's got, you know, dates and things on it. New. Dwayne gave this stuff all to me, and he, all the stuff was new. And then this is for the giveaway for the subscriber. Once we hit the 4,000 subscriber mark, which we're getting close. I think I checked it. It was like 3970 or something like that this morning. So when we do that, then I'm going to do the same thing I always do, which is the question and answer. The question and answer thing where I answer questions, or I might just do a random drawing, but you have to it's going to be one of those ones where you got to comment on the thing. So no, absolutely not. You'd have a better chance of having me give away my penis than give away my Master Blaster. So yeah, those, I don't think I've got anything else I'm gonna sell anytime soon. Pretty much everything else is all stuff that I have sentimental value for. And then this, like I said, this is that Sam Moorish, oh, I hit my finger with it. Small Tonto. Now that I fixed the action, I talked to the maker. Absolutely not. I talked to the maker, he helped me out with what was wrong. It was wrong, somebody put the wrong spacers in it. I got it back together, got the action cleaned up. It's not bad now. It just needs sharpened again. I refinished the blade, but the big one was that the spacers in it were wrong. And the question is, Dwayne should probably go ask a fucking doctor what's wrong with Dwayne's eyes, because it looks like you've got herpes in your eye. So that would probably be a good bet, is to go seek medical attention, not ask a fellow fucking hillbilly. I don't know. This might wind up. I actually carried this. This is my waistband carry knife. Carried this and 3 other knives once went down to ice skating competition. I didn't want to be without anything that I would have wanted for the day. So, rub some Tussin on it. Yeah, put Robitussin in your eyes. Put Robitussin in your eyes. I told you, if your boyfriend just stop fucking shooting in your eye. You know, it's your choice. It's your life. Live it however you want. Hey, what's up, Ashton? That leads me to a funny story about my dad. One of the only things that me and my dad could not see eye to eye on was homosexuality. And I told him, I was like, what? How does it hurt you? He gets so wound up about it. He's like, they're fucking just legalizing gay marriage. And I was like, how does it hurt you, Dad? Of all the things me and my dad could have argued about, this was the one that we never saw eye to eye on. We fucking could get around everything else, but this one, gay marriage, was the one. And I get it. My dad was basically the only pastor that the Blue Ridge fucking church had for a long time. And it just drove him nuts. I mean, my dad was super 1800s religious, like fucking string him up, kind of fucking like old cowboy fucking religious kind of thing, like frontier religious. And I fucking just couldn't ever wrap my head around him. I was like, Dad, here's the fucking thing. How does it affect you at all? Right? It doesn't affect you at all. Right? He would get so wound up about it. And here's the thing, I have gay friends that are married to, like I have a friend who's married to another girl. And they're one of the best couples. My friend Anthony, Tony is married to another guy. I got a friend named Chris that lives in Colorado. They're all married, same-sex marriages. I got no fucking problem with it. My dad would get so wound up, and I looked at him one time. I was like, Jesus Christ, Dad. They got as much right to be fucking upset. They got enough. They have the same right to be fucking unhappy as us straights. Let them get fucking married. He just could never. That's one we could just never come and see eye to eye on. I never had a problem with it. No, damn near. Pardon here, but my mom wouldn't let it. My mom wouldn't allow it. I'm not kidding, Dwayne. You can ask my sister. Yeah, that's the other side of the family. He would get so wound up. We're Methodist, not Baptist. And he would get so wound up about it and just so mad. I was like, God, fuck, just calm down. It does not, oh, I'm gonna wind up paying for it. How are you gonna wind up paying for it? Because at the time I knew enough about insurance to know how this works. I'm like, you're not gonna pay for their benefits, Dad. Companies make that decision. Companies pay for that benefit. And I have news for you, most companies only pay a small portion of what actually should be paid, and the employee is on the hook for the rest. If most companies just do the bare minimum, I was like, Dad, this is not gonna affect you in any fucking way. Unless you leave Mom and wanna marry another guy. Well, God, he got mad when I said that one. He got mad, he's like, I gotta go, and hung up the phone. I was like, I don't know, are you planning on leaving? I mean, the only way it could affect you if you decide you're gonna leave Mom and marry some guy. That's the only way that this could affect you. Exactly what I was getting ready to say. What are you gonna do? Leave Mom, marry Tim Higgins? I don't know what the fuck. It's like that's the only way it could affect you. It's just this gay marriage thing. That's good. You beat me to it, sis. You beat me to it. Strychnine. You gotta be drinking strychnine while you're handing and dancing, and holding the snakes and drinking strychnine. Nope. If you believe in God, He will protect you. And I'm like, I don't know if my faith is that fucking strong. Because I know some of the shit I did. I'd be fucking like stinging stings. I remember that chicken tuck. Oh, God damn it. It bit me in the face. And then I'm dead because drink the strychnine. It'll heal you right up. Yeah. Yeah. It's no joke. We got people like that where I live. You guys think it's funny. It's not funny. You guys are making jokes like that. It's absolutely like that. we got we got family like that. I have family so backwoods when they look at TV, you know that they're thinking, how'd they get them little people in there? How'd they get them in there? I don't get it. Like they come out of the fucking woods and shit and fucking over. Looks like fucking, if you guys have played Red Dead Redemption, they're like the Murphys. That's why I fucking escaped. I was too smart to stay. You can say something. I joke about it, but we were at a barbecue at Scott Thomas's, and I was talking about something science stuff. I think I was explaining how a binary explosive worked, because those guys like to shoot tannerite all the time. And I was explaining the actual reaction that happens and how you have to have both elements. And part A and part B are so stable. When Dad comes up and he grabs my arm, he's like, boy, you can't talk to people here like that. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, they don't. You ever notice, you're like, I know you're smart, boy, but you ever notice that I don't talk to my friends like I talk to you? And I was like, yeah, you talk to them like you're dumb. And he goes, yeah. He's like, you know why? Because you're gonna say something, them motherfuckers are gonna think you're a witch. He said, when the crops go bad, They're gonna fucking come looking for you. Did you hear that shit he was saying? I didn't understand a fucking word of it, but you know what? My corn didn't grow. My corn didn't grow. I say we burn him. Drag him behind the car for 3 miles and then we burn him. Because he's a witch. It's his fault. He made the crops turn brown. Yes, yes, Ashton, you have no idea what it's like when we're together. We do not get along face to face. We can get along, like right now, I'm as far away from my sister as I can be and not be in the water. And that is the best possible scenario for the two of us. We get along great like this. So, I don't think there's gonna be a knife content in this one. I do have some cool stuff I am gonna do though. I would love to light off some fucking, a little bit of fucking part A, part B, fucking binary explosives here in the yard, but I don't think the HOA. They burned his trailer down. Did you hear about Betty Sue's cousin, Daddy? He burned the whole trailer down. he was chasing a rat, and he decided to use them explosive tip bullets he made. He burned the whole fucking trailer down. That's what it's like where I live. Fucking the gene pool's real shallow. You can wade across the gene pool there. Yeah, I mean, it's not, I'm not joking. That's what it's like where we live. Until we learned how to, like, until her dad fucking explained it to us, how to fucking act like a normal person where we're at, we were social pariahs because we were smart and we wanted to learn things. We didn't just fucking, we had brains that worked because, well, no, actually, you know what? I watched a video about inbreeding and apparently it's nowhere near as bad as they say it is. And it was a thing that was, it was a informational video. It wasn't like Pornhub. Apparently it's not that bad. Looks pretty fun. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I watched an actual informational video about like why. I haven't sharpened any of them yet. So this was an actual informational video. It was an actual informational video about why things became illegal and the misconceptions, and it was myths, misconceptions, and laws based on certain things. And so that was, hang on a second, guys, I gotta put this on Do Not Disturb. I got a customer in, I think he's in Texas, and this guy, I've told him 100 times, you gotta email me, don't text me. I keep telling me, I say, like, don't text me about business stuff. Like, if you're just texting me goofy shit, that's fine. And I've gotten like fucking 6 text messages from him, and I'm just gonna have to, I'll be like, look, you gotta send this all via email. I have to have it via email. Dove into some obscure laws that's still around. Yeah, we got some in Ohio. You can ask my sister, you can't buy liquor on Sundays. State stores are closed, liquor stores won't sell you liquor. I think you can buy beer, but I don't think you can buy regular beer. I think you can buy 3-2 beer. You can't eat, it's actually technically, I think if I remember correctly, it's illegal to eat cornflakes on Sunday in Ohio. Horses are not allowed in any drinking establishment. You can't give a horse a bath. It is illegal to take any horse into a saloon. Yeah, you can only buy beer. You can't take a horse into a saloon. There's all kinds of weird, they call them blue laws. Ohio has a bunch of old weird Appalachian style fucking things. Cornflakes on Sunday, I don't know. You can't give a horse a bath in a house, things like that. Like like you can't put a horse in a bathtub in Ohio. Yeah, it's some weird ones, right? Okay, hang on a second. Let me see if I can remember who that was. That God damn it. I can't remember the name you sent me stuff under. But you should have your knives. I sent them Friday. Oh, yeah, it's Keith. Okay. Anyway, Keith, yeah, your stuff, you should have it. Kenneth. So that's Ken. Ken Robson hasn't been on here. Yeah, there's so many things. I think it's illegal to carry a frog in your pocket too. There's something about, I remember. It's fucking weird. I live in a weird place in the country, guys. I'm not lying to you. I mean, our hometown, our small little town is like a little oasis. And it's the people there are still pretty fucking dumb. But the little town that we live in was like a little oasis where people were, you can still challenge people to duel in Michigan. But it was like a little bastion of people that were not horrible in a big sea of some of the worst people in the world. Most of the people I went to high school with, great. If I could go one town over, east or west, north or south, and you're in fucking card holding members of the KKK fucking type of fucking situation. Actually, West Lafayette was not. West Lafayette wasn't too bad. That's where most of my friends in high school were from. So West Lafayette wasn't, but I'm talking like places like Newcomers Town, and you get further up past Baltic and into some of those little burgs up the road, and it's just, yeah, it didn't die when Nicole died. So the whole thing was there was a lot of Irish. A lot of the racial stuff back in the day was Irish and Italian and things like that. They didn't like them. And well, that whole Coal Town boom fucking came up. And so this little town stayed fairly isolated and people stayed. It used to be called, if I remember right, Aurora. Yeah, we speak, yeah, archaic English. We do. I don't speak it as much, but I'll still say stuff. I was at the grocery store one day and there was a lady behind me. I told my sister about this. There was a lady behind me and she was like, Natural Springs. No, run. So I was at the grocery store and I had all my stuff in bags. I already had bags. I had my stuff in bags. And the lady's like, "Any bags?" I was like, "Nah, I already got my pick and a poke." And she looked at me and I was like, it's already in the bags. The bags are there. I put my pick in a poke. I put it in a poke. And that's an old hillbilly thing. But the lady behind me she looked at me, she said, "You're a mountain boy, ain't you?" And I was like, "Holy, what?" She's like, "Pick and a poke." She's like, "Appalachia? West Virginia?" I was like, "No, Ohio, close to West Virginia though." And I was like, "How'd you know?" She's like, "My husband's from White Falls." What was it? He's from White Falls, West Virginia, which is actually not that far. I looked at it. It's a small town. She's like, "That's where he's from." He says stuff like that all the time. And I was like, "What the crap?" She's like, I was like, "Is he in the military?" She's like, "Yeah, he's in the Navy. The ship left like 2 days ago." She's like, "I'm just getting my first chance to go get groceries." And I was like, "Oh." It's just like, "Yeah, he's a mountain boy too. Mountain boy, Allegheny Mountains, foothills of the Allegheny Mountains, fucking." And I was like, "Yeah, Appalachian, mountain boy." She knew exactly what I was saying. She looked at me, grinned, and she's like, "You mountain boy, ain't you?" I was like, "Yeah." I don't know where she's from. She was from Pennsylvania or something like that. But yeah, put your pick in a poke. Look it up. Look it up. I didn't even think it was that weird of a thing to say. It just slipped out at the grocery store. And I already got my pick and a poke. Well, what, sir? There's bags right there. It's already bagged. Just bring it up. Yep. 22 people, 10 likes. I'm going to keep reminding you. It's a big, important interaction. My back is really fucking hurting. We drove all the way to LA. So we drove to LA. We left here Saturday. We left here at 9:30 in the morning. We got to the small little ice rink where she was going to practice. We got there at 11:30-ish. So just right about 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours to get to the LA area, and then it was another 30 minutes Ooh. Are you gonna do stuffed mango peppers? Cockamamie. I like cockamamie. I also say one that is fitting to. I'm fitting to do something. I also like, if you're fitting to make some stuffed peppers, ooh, with rice, like the Spanish meatball filling, or are you just doing stuffing them with, ooh, stuffed peppers. I haven't had stuffed peppers. So in case you guys don't know, a mango is a bell pepper where we live. It's, what's my favorite film? My favorite film is a Japanese movie by Kurosawa. It was a Kurosawa film. Uh, it was called, it was not Yojimbo, and it was not, I'm trying to think, it was King Lear. It was King Lear. Ran. Ran. It was his take on King Lear. He basically set King Lear in the samurai period. That is my favorite movie. It is a very, very good movie. My second favorite movie, you guys ready for this? Because, like I said, I can't say things like this when I'm home. Hamlet with Mel Gibson and Glenn Close. That is the best theatric version of Hamlet ever done because they just did the play. They just did the play. It was such a well done version of Hamlet. And Hamlet was one of my favorite Shakespeare. That and Death of Caesar, I like both those. But see, I love literature. My sister is into history. I'm into literature. So literary works like that, things like that, the ones that are well done and stay true to the original material. But I also like Yojimbo, and then there's another one after Yojimbo, which basically was turned into, I love Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, but if I was gonna have to go and say something that I can watch and just can't, like, so that's the thing. When you a movie that truly draws you in, you can't do anything else but watch it. And when I watch Hamlet, you get so sucked into that. It's like watching a play. You get so sucked into it that there's nothing else you can do. That's why I can't, there's certain things I can't watch when I'm sharpening. Like I love Blade Runner. I like Blade Runner. I love it. I watched Blade Runner 3 times last week, but it's because I can watch it without having to get sucked into the movie. If I was to try and watch Hamlet while I was working, I would get no work done for the length of the movie. I would just, that's all I would do. So you have to pick and choose, like what can I watch while I'm working and still be effective? It's stuff I've seen a bunch of times. It's not gonna, that's a distraction. Now I've seen Ran and Hamlet probably almost as many times as I've seen that. As a matter of fact, I own them both digitally. Blues Brothers is fun, but like, as far as like something that you love and you would watch, and every time you get the same emotional response, I would have to say that those two movies are way up there. But then there's some that are just fun. Like a lot of times movies are just to distract you from whatever, whatever you've got going on. And so some of those movies, like I like Dazed and Confused. I love the Mackenzie Brothers Strange Brew. Those are things, those are things that you can watch and just have fun. Like I can watch those out there. Like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Like the guy I found out about, one of my trolls. I know enough information about him. I was like, I know pretty much where this person is. I know their actual name. I know all this stuff. And I was like, and Elliot was like, it was like road trip. I was like, no, I'm just gonna leave it be. I know that way if I need to, I can pass that information to the police if I have to. And it's all damn. And I was like, all of a sudden, all of a sudden I could picture just the end of fucking Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Or it's like, did you post as Magnolia fan on moviepoopshoot.com? That's what I was picturing in my head. It was funny. It struck me as funny. I laughed so hard. Road trip? And I was like, all I could picture was Jay and Silent Bob fucking going to those kids' houses and just beating the shit out of them. Do you post on movie poops? Do you post as Magnolia fan on moviepoopshoot.com? Yeah. Did you say Jay and Silent Bob are fucking clown shoes? And I'm just picturing. Oh yeah, and it just kicks the shit out of them. That's just what was sticking in my head. It was fucking hilarious. So any trolls that are watching, don't worry. I'm not going to show up at your homes. It's a lot like that, isn't it? It is a lot like that, where I just get mad and I don't give a fuck what happens. And if you get in my way, you're probably going to get hurt. My temper is the stuff of legend. I've, I've shot things. I've shot inanimate objects. I didn't shoot the four-wheeler, but I did shoot the fucking... Right? He's not that guy, but I am. I do have a temper. My temper has been the thing of much scrutiny and whispering over the years about how bad my temper is. I do have a bad temper. I do. But here's the thing. I actually have gotten it so much under control. Like, I don't explode and break. Like, see, the conception is that, like, because I have a temper, and so everybody just assumes that I'm just angry all the time. I'm not. I'm not. As a matter of fact, I'm much more inclined to get mad about something little than something big. Something little that could have been prevented is way, way more likely to throw me over the edge. Like, little stuff. Little stuff, like just little things that could easily be avoided. And that will make me way madder than, like, if I came home and the fucking tree had fallen through and knocked the side of the house out. I'd be like, oh, didn't see that coming. Oh, I don't know. I had a temper. I broke, I've broken stuff that shouldn't be broken. I've broken stuff there's not really good, really, like, you look at it, you're like, how the fuck did that get broke? You just look at it, you're like, how? So, yeah, and that's the one, and I forget, so I have a daughter. I have a daughter who's very intelligent, but she does things that you look at her and you're like, did you hit your head all of a sudden? Did you, when did you become stupid? When did this happen? Did you, look at me, face, look at me. That's the other one that drives me nuts is when you're talking to someone and you're reprimanding, like my daughter, like when I'm trying to explain something to her, fucking look at me. That will make me so mad. Like, I see this. And that's the military. That's the military thing. If you're reprimanding somebody there, do not move. Do not move. You will make it worse. And I can't get my head wrapped around that whole, like, tapping her toe and fucking looking off. And I just, it makes the palm of my hand itch. And I want to scratch it on her backside. But I understand. All right, later, Dwayne. I do understand. She is coming into being a teenager, which means she's going to be an intolerable shithead for like the next 20 years. The fucking hormones have broken my daughter, my sweet little daughter that I love. She was my little princess and we did everything together. She wants to have nothing to do with her father anymore. Nothing. Nothing. She was perfectly pleased with the fact that I didn't, she's still a straight A student. I literally sat at the bar at the ice rink the entire day. Didn't say a fucking word to her. I didn't say anything on the way up. And I thought maybe after her nerves was over, I'd be able to talk to her and she wouldn't be a shit about it. I was wrong. And so I didn't say a fucking word to her at all Saturday. I think I maybe said 2 words to her yesterday. I was so mad that I had to, not so mad, I was hurt. She's my little princess. And I would move the stars for her. I did not embarrass her, Peter. Shut the fuck up. So I just like trying to talk to her. And so I'm like, just trying to have a conversation with her. I was like, okay, she's nervous before the thing. And then tried to talk to her after. There was no change. I was every bit the piece of dog shit to her after that I was before. And I know she's not doing it on purpose. I 100% know she's not doing it on purpose. But it just is she doesn't want, like, I'm now just another person. And it hurts. It does hurt. It does hurt when you realize that your daughter is outgrowing you. She's no longer your little princess, even though you want her to be. You just like, I want to crush her back down into like 6-year-old Isabel. Just keep her that way, but I can't. She's growing. But I got news for you guys. I'm older than most of you. See, I don't have a. Here's the thing. I'm wait. It's like everybody's like, oh, you're never gonna. Nobody's ever gonna be good enough to date your daughter, and that might be true. But as long as she brings home, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck where this kid came from. I don't give a fuck how he grew up. I don't give a fuck about his history. As long as he's a decent person when I meet him and stays that way. I'm not gonna lie. I was a horrible person. I was a horrible person. Some of the things that I go through in life now, pretty sure are karma for the shit that I did in my younger life. And so I'm pretty sure that, and so as long as this person is redeemable, you know what? I don't care. Now, if you show up to my house and you act disrespectful, or if you act disrespectful to my wife or my daughter, there's a good chance that there's going to be a missing person report. I don't even give a fuck about your credit score, because my credit score was in the fucking toilet when I met my wife. It's pretty high now. I got like a 780 credit score, but it's, you know. But here's the thing, like, so as long as you show up and you're respectful and you're a decent person and you're not a fucking asshat, I'm gonna be good with you. Like, my wife actually has some hangups. She has some cultural hangups, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of them are racially biased. And that's because Japanese culture really, truly still is. It's not her fault. It's nothing. I'm not saying my wife is racist. She just has some opinions that are biased because of the culture that she grew up in. What the fuck are you talking about, Peter? That's the annoying shit that I'm talking about. That's why no one likes your videos. That's why you don't have any friends, Peter. You guys were waiting for it, right? You're waiting for me to give Peter one? Second. So anyway, like I said, as long as he, you know, the second that you're disrespectful to my wife or my daughter, you're no longer going to enjoy my presence or company. Like, I'm a lot like my dad. My brother-in-law, he's a decent guy. He really is. And he, you know, my dad had some problems with him because he's his daughter's fucking boyfriend at the time and stuff like that. But when you really look at it, they were enough alike that my dad, I mean, here's the thing. I'm not my dad. I am much more refined and have had a lot of sharp corners knocked off that my dad didn't have knocked off. My dad would have put fucking my brother-in-law in the hospital if he felt like, you know. So we are so much alike, but I have a lot of more rounded corners that my father didn't have. And so I looked at Dan and I was like, they are so much alike. And that's part of the problem. But the fact is, it's almost been an hour. The fact is that that's why her and dad fought. The fact is, girls marry their fathers. That's pretty much it. And so I've got a buddy that keeps telling me, he's like, dude, here's the thing. I don't think you ever have to worry about your daughter getting married. And I was like, why is that? And he goes, girls marry their fathers. I was like, so? He goes, there's not a lot of you running around. It's like, I don't know if you know this. He's like, she's going to go, the things that she has in her head that are that male archetype for what she's looking for based off of, you know, the way her father was. He said, that's how it works. And he goes, there's not a lot of guys like that around anymore. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, I watched you shave with a fucking hatchet. Yeah, that's, I know. I'm saying, but so they latch onto a male role model, and that they throw that archetype of what a man is supposed to be based on the adult male figure in their life, and so do boys. But with girls, it's more of what they're looking for that was a positive, as opposed to boys just turn into their fathers. Peter, shut the fuck up. See, because Peter, you're at a point in intellect where you still think that punctuation is not important and things like that, and you it's beneath you, which, like I said, the most self-centered and conceited thing I've ever heard. But also, you probably are soft enough in the head that you probably could be programmed by TV and shit like that. That kid is not. That kid is way smarter than you are. I guarantee it. I've talked to you. Trust me. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like they associate. Maybe you should watch the news or look up something on Hooked on Phonics. There you go. Find Hooked on Phonics. You could watch that. That would probably help you. My name's Peter. Hooked on Phoenix worked for me. Blues Clues. There you go. That's right. Thanks, sis. Thanks. Yeah. If I could take your tinfoil hat off, Peter. I gotta make tinfoil hats so the Wi-Fi doesn't melt their brains. So my sister just jumps right in. See, that's why we're not allowed to go to family gatherings together, because we make our cousins cry. We team up on. We'll pick one. Like which ones, the we're just like we're like wolves or fucking big cats, just looking at the herd. Like which one's the weak one? Which one's the weak one? Which one can't run away from us? The one in the wheelchair. Come on, sis, let's go. It's Dulcie. Always Dulcie. She's like that little scared gazelle. Like, where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Oh shit! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! What do I do? Oh, I'm gonna poop. I'm gonna poop. She always was. She was always the one. The Stonebrook side, not as much. Stonebrook side of the family was much more. Hey, Speedy, did you get new rubber on those wheels? What are you fucking talking about? What was it? Okay, wait. They know big words. I have to spell phonetic and try to figure it out. So, guys, I decided to do a full hour. I didn't do a live feed on Friday. Nico came down and we put tires on his car. I was able to get them way cheaper for him, so he's gonna pay me back for that. But yeah, it was Friday was busy. We went to the base, got tires put on his car, and then he stuck around here. Traffic was so bad. Just read books, guys. Just read books. Fuck, I don't. My daughter loves to read. She's reading Stephen King's It right now. She's 11 years old. She's reading Stephen King's It. No, I don't go to the base. There is no base Firestone. There is no base Firestone. You go to the actual base gas station, the base garage. So I got his tires, his alignment. I'm surprised you can. Yeah, Air Force bases do. We went to the actual. We went to the actual exchange garage. Got 4 tires ordered. So we went in at 9. They put them on 2 hours. They did that in alignment. So, but the fact is, if you order the tires, you can get. Well, good thing you don't have kids, Peter. You don't have kids. I take it or see. No, she trains year round. She actually just competed Saturday. She has another competition. There's actually another competition this coming weekend that she's not in. There's a competition next month. That's what I was saying. So my friend Brian has said that since we got screwed out of that fucking thing with the guy that said he was going to throw in the money, for my daughter skating, my friend Brian actually said he was going to, and we're just going to get it figured out because we compete every month. I can. Here, hang on a second. There we go. Now you're in timeout. So, yeah, it's her skating season never really ends. So she's going to go to Japan for a month, come back, and then compete. They come back the August 23rd. She competes on the 30th of August here. So she's going to have to. Yeah, I know the Mordax is awesome. I wouldn't time you out, Ashton. You're not stupid. So I mean, I'm gonna stick around for a few more minutes. I'm bored. I want to at least finish my coffee. And like I said, I'm not actually working today. I did a lot of stuff yesterday until I just decided I was gonna sit down. So I basically worked Friday on some stuff. Look at the mental 4-year-old overwhelmed by all the talk and acting out so he can't. Thank you, sis. See, I love having my sister on here because she can say the stuff that I don't really want to say to most of the people on the channel, but it doesn't affect her in any way. So she can say stuff that I'm only thinking. Yeah, so let me see. Yeah, like I said, so I did a bunch of stuff yesterday, and then today is going to be, I'm still going to do a bunch of stuff, but I'm basically going to take a day off, and then we're going to figure out, there's going to be another day off this week as well during the week. We're going to take my daughter to county fair. We want to do it during the week when it's not as crowded. So I mean, it's still going to be crowded because it's, school's out and everything, but so we're trying to figure out what day we're going to do that. I'm going to go get our tickets for the county fair today on base because they're so much cheaper. But while I'm there, I'm gonna do some banking stuff. I gotta change some of the way that my business account is set up. I'm not happy with it. I need to stop at the bank and talk to the account specialists. I can't view transactions as far back as I want to without doing a request and having them send me that. And I want to try and see if I can't change those settings because I like to be able to see the transactions so that I know what's going on with the bank account, but I can't go back as far as I want to. So it's confusing. Oh, guys, I'm probably gonna do a video about this. I have an Aaron Frederick handmade Aaron Frederick Trash Panda folder. This is a really nice knife. Nico's never carried it, really. I don't think there's any. No, there's no scratches or anything on it. This is the way it looked at the show when we bought it. He's wanting to sell this for right at $350. So if any of you guys are interested, I will put an edge on it at an additional cost, but he wants $350 out of it. He got it. Aaron actually cut us a deal on some stuff. He got this for way less than he was supposed to pay for it at the show. But he's just wanting out of it once he's got into it. So he's looking at $350. I like what's blade length? 3, right at 3. Exactly 3 inches. It's got a little bit of a recurve. Full titanium pocket clip. Stands up a little bit proud, but it's not bad when you get it. Even with big hands, you get it in your hand, it's not bad. These are nice knives. I really like these, but Aaron makes so many knives all the time. Action on it is nice. So yeah, yeah, these are nice little knives. This is not a bad little knife. But yeah, he's wanting to sell it. So Aaron makes all of his stuff by hand. Aaron doesn't. So this was all cut by hand and things like that. Aaron is amazing. Aaron is an amazing, amazing guy. Aaron and I are the same fucking person. No joke, while we were drinking at the show, in Vegas, Aaron's wife was standing there. She came back, and I'm leaned up against the wall next to Aaron, and I'm fucking wearing a fucking Jack Daniels fucking rodeo shirt, this hat, cowboy boots, leaned up against the wall, just fucking kicked back. We're drinking beer. His wife comes over. She hears us talking, and she's like, "Oh, fuck, there's two of them. I was like, what? She goes, oh, don't make it out like you don't know you're the same person. And I was like, what did I do? What did I do? He goes, you're enough like me. She's already mad at you. And I was like, shit. He goes with the territory. I was like, God damn it. Yeah, he's real fucking chill. He's a great guy. So I'm trying to think. Anything else going on this week? No, this is going to be a light week. I don't have much here. So I always have that week after or week of Blade show. Like, so Blade show ends on Monday, and then I get that big influx, and then there's a vacuum. There's a vacuum right now. I don't have a single thing here except some refinished stuff that I can't actually work on because I have to wait on some stuff. I have to wait on tools for one knife. So if it's that fucking snack, damn utility knife holder, don't even bother sending it. But now, like I said, this week's gonna be a light week, which is good because there's stuff I want to do with the wife and kid. We've just been on the run, just pushing it so hard. She doesn't have another competition, I don't think, before they leave for Japan. I think this was the last one. They come back in August. The week after they get back in August, I go to Vegas for, I'm going to Vegas for the USN. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. So we'll see. Guys, if you haven't liked it already, please do me a favor and give me a thumbs up if you actually enjoyed the live feed, if you haven't done it already. I'm gonna get off of here. I might do an actual video later. I have a video I'd like to do. Peter, you have no fucking idea. And you're like that kid that you just you're that kid in high school that you would beat the crap out of. And as you're walking away, he'd throw an insult over his shoulder while you're walking away. And you're like, fuck, I gotta go back and do it again. She took first. So this is the thing, wife and I were talking about it. On top of everything else, she was real nervous. And then she was not happy with her performance, even though she won by a good margin. She still wasn't happy with her performance. And so she was in a horrible mood all the way home. Like nothing, like, I was like, do you want to stop at McDonald's? I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. And my wife was like, look, either yes or no, or we're not. She's like, you know what? Not stopping. Tired. My wife does not like that wavering. My wife hates when that child is indecisive and wavering. You better know an answer. Do you like pancakes? You better have a yes or no, because it's like, oh, maybe. Fuck it, I'm not cooking. Like, I learned real quick. So at any rate, this was a national qualifier. So Isabel should be in like, we're not sure where she's gonna sit. I'm not sure where she's gonna sit in the rankings, but this was a national ranking competition. You guys knew that was happening, right? So this was a national ranker. So my wife said that she's probably nationwide, like nationally, I think in her group in girls juvenile, I think my wife said she might be second in the country now after this competition, but it depends on it. There's a girl, so she's like in the top 5. We know she's going to be in the top 5, but there's a girl in New Jersey that my wife follows the stuff, and she's like, so this girl in New Jersey could have scored better, because it's not so much where you place, it's what your raw score was. So as long as my daughter's keeping consistent scores, she's going to stay. I mean, it's like we were talking about with Aaron Frederick, where like your score is based, like it doesn't, if you scored a 20 on this competition, or if you scored like second on this competition, but you still scored really high, and that person just had just like a perfect day and everything. Oh, sis, get him. Peter, that was for you. That was for you, Peter. That was, see, genetic. It's just genetic. That's my sister. That's my sister. It must be hard coming up with insults when the synapses that actually work are busy telling you to keep your mouth closed when you breathe. Oh, Peter, see, you got my sister started even. But at any rate, so even if she scores second, and maybe there was some girl that just scored like over the top high on 1, her other scores aren't going to kick her out. And so as long as Isabel's scoring consistent, she's going to stay in those same ranks. And so it's not 100% like where you placed in the competition. It's based on the score. And so I think she got a 55 this time. She was shooting for a 60, but she had a jump that she had to pop out of. She turned a triple into a double or a single. I don't remember what it was, because she just knew it. She was like, I was going to fall. She's like, it just was wrong. It felt wrong coming into it. And so she bailed out of it mid jump and just degraded that jump. So she lost some points on that. But she didn't fall. She didn't fall. She didn't have any real errors, but she was not as happy with her competition as she wanted to be. But, you know, hey, this was her first real big one. This was the first in that series. What's up, Ben? Ben, did you get your knives already? They should have showed up. If not, they should be there today. So it's interesting. Like, I know nothing about ice skating, but it's interesting watching how different families handle this stuff differently. Like, some parents are just there 100%. Like, I'm just here because my kid loves it. And then there's other parents that, like me and my wife, we don't push. We don't do anything. Oh, okay. We don't push our daughter into anything. She drives herself at this. She makes up, like, my wife is asking her, do you want a lesson today? You want to skate today? Do you want to do this? You want to do that? And my wife asks her. And my daughter is 100% in charge of her skating schedule. She really is. And her coach is like, here's the thing. She's like, we all know that we're just along for the ride. She's like, that's the way it is with an elite athlete. She's like, she knows what she needs to do. She's like, I try to tell her that she needs to do less, and she doesn't listen to me. She's like, there's times I want her to rest, and I know she's not. She's here on, she basically talks your mother into take her to another ice rink. She's like, I know this, that we're just along for the ride. We're just kind of like keeping her directed. So like, it has nothing to do. So like, her coach is like, this has nothing to do with me at this point. She's like, I'm not this good of a coach. She's like, it's 100% your daughter and the way she drives herself. So, but I just heard my daughter get up. So we're going to see if she wants to come to the base with me after she does her math and get the tickets. Tickets, please, tickets. But I also know that they're probably skating today, but I don't know what time. So yeah, guys, like I said, today's just the day I'm spending time with my wife and kid. I had said it a while back that I was going to start taking Sunday and Monday off, but I really didn't take the day off Sunday. Friday I worked. Saturday was just a lost day. I mean, I had to give that up. Saturday I'm going to the competition. So, but there's probably going to be, I had a video I was going to do about a knife that came in, and I think I missed out on that opportunity. I think that knife, pretty sure that knife already got sent back. Pretty sure it went Saturday. I'm probably going to do a video about that Aaron Frederick, because I really like that knife. I just need to get a hold of Aaron and find out what knife that is. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. I heard my daughter get up. I got to take the dog for a walk. I got to put on actual pants, I suppose. I'm wearing a pair of pajama shorts, like basketball shorts. So I will talk to you all later. Sarah, thank you, sis, for, why is the timeout so long? Well, because you need it. That's why. It's a lot like my friend that got divorced. He's like, you know why divorce is so fucking expensive? I was like, I don't know. Why? And he goes, because they're fucking worth it. I was like, okay. I believe you. Love you guys. I'll talk to you later. One each mental year. Just sick him. Just get him. Like, no holds barred. Just get him. Just don't be abusive, because I'll have to take it down and it winds up in the chat, and then I get community strikes. But just get him, sis. Just sick him. Next time, just fucking open free fire. It's a free fire environment, sis. Free fire environment. It's a target-rich environment when Peter's here. Off leash. Off leash. You're off leash. Let's give it like 2 minutes and see what she's got. You're off leash. You got 2 minutes. I'll do this till 76 minutes. I want to see what happens in the next 2 minutes. Oh. I mean, you can try, but you're not going to do a very good job of it, because she is so much smarter than you. She uses punctuation. Buckle up, guys. This could be a fun 2 minutes. She's brutal. She's brutal. She's my sister. I love her. It's great. I love it. Like sometimes I call her. I'm like, hey, what do I tell this guy? The big words. Big words hurt. You're not gonna make her cry. You're not gonna make her cry, Peter. I wouldn't ban you. It's too much fun. Let's see. You got like 45 seconds left, sis. Ooh. Ooh, sis. Sis. He said something about you not understanding words. Oh, try me. Peter, you're screwed. My sister's probably the smartest fucking person I know. Elliot and my sister, they're probably on an even playing field. Oh, Peter, you're digging a hole. You're digging a hole. You guys enjoying this? This should be fun. I'm just sitting back enjoying the comments. 15 of us just watching Peter just about to get his fucking dick kicked in. Here it comes. Oh, she said you're inconsequential. Inconsequential. So basically what she's saying is you're mind over matter. She don't mind because you don't fucking matter. That's what inconsequential means, Peter. Don't know if you know that. Let's see here. I was just gonna tell Peter that, you know, this. All right, I'm gonna end this. I gotta go, guys. I really have to go. I'm enjoying this, but I've got to go. Save them, sis. Just stockpile them mentally. Just next time. I don't know. My sister's on that. My sister's following that line of the side of the family that lives into their 90s. I'm not. Guys, I'm out of here. I love y'all. Like I said, give them a thumbs up if you like them. Give them a thumbs down if you don't. But in the comments section, in the description below, I'm going to put a link to my daughter's GoFundMe for you guys that would care to do that. If not,